looking at this, it's a little nondescript. It's the other side of Beddington Park, called Beddington Water Meadows, Beddington Farm. It's a vast flat land which has recently been quarried, and the lakes are fill-ins of the quarry. This is one lake. There'll be several of them, and it's being landscaped slowly so that it will increase the park area of Beddington Park and Mitcham Common, which I painted yesterday, or a bit of Mitcham Common, Seven Islands. So this lovely lake is prohibited at the moment because it's health and safety. Probably people might get to fall in. But anyway, eventually it will be opened up to the public, and we ride our bikes along here. And I'm going to do a bit of it. I'm not going to put the chain link fence in, you'll be pleased to know. I'm just going to do that bit of it, which is very nice. So it'll only be an approximation of me trying to paint a lake as simply as possible. And I did mention yesterday that when you copy, that's how you learn. Copy me, copy Stephen Cronin and Alan Owen, and they will all tell you that they and me have done the selection for you. We've simplified the thing, and this is one of the most difficult things to learn in painting, is to what to put in and what to leave out. It's very tempting because it's there to put it in, but we have to resist that temptation and just paint an impression of the scene, which tends to be much fresher and much less worked at. Finish my cup of tea here. So we've got Fabriano, £130, 11 inches by 15 inches. I buy this from Grantham's at discount. Palette, it's Cotsman watercolours. They're rather large tubes, 21mm tubes, and they're relatively inexpensive. And it's student quality, but they're more than good enough for what we're using it for. And the colours I'm using are, I've got this cadmium yellow here, which I'm enjoying using. It's an artist quality, which I don't normally use. They're very, very expensive. And for demonstrating, the Cotman, even for finished pictures, are fine. They're just a lot less saturated with pigment. So we've got the two yellows, lemon yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey, and burnt sienna. And it's basically the old Ron Manson palette. Sadly, Ron went to the great studio in the sky this year, but he left a fine legacy of simplifying watercolours, getting away from using small brushes to do large skies. Using a large brush, it stops you fiddling and fussing around and poking and prodding to death. But even I have to resist the temptation sometimes. So we just wet the paper all over. This is a tutorial as much as a demonstration. Okay, so we're putting a sky colour. Put my bit of cloth, an old towel, to take up the excess moisture. So we put some raw sienna over all of that. Water's going to go in there. Now clean the brush. And it was quite when I took that, I think it was quite bright but grey. So I'm going to do a Payne's grey and alizarin sky and a bit of water. And that is a lovely sky colour, cloud colour. We can put it darker than that. And we put that in the lake. This all dries lighter than you see it here. Right, I'll just put one darker bit in. Just this lowering sky. Right, okay, I'm going to dry that now. I like that and I want to fix it. So take your headphones off for a few seconds. classic case of not leaving it alone, just trying to do too much. So I'm going to go over that with another bit of cloud. With a dry brush. Okay, right, we'll let that go. So, cool colours on the horizon, so blue, grey, bit of alizarin, and a bit of that yellow. So let's, no attempt at copying. This is the border of Beddington Park, beyond which are cricket pitches, football pitches, beautiful park on my doorstep. Very pleased to say. Oh, we're going uphill here. Although it's not dead flat round here anyway. Well, bits of it aren't. So let's put in a bit of other colour in it, bit of sienna. And over that we'll put a bit of green, a bit of lemon yellow. And I'll go much darker with some of that in there. Right. Right, really good darks, shadow darks. It's sort of a summery scene, although I'm not painting it as a summer, I'll flick out some trunks. A lot of horse chestnuts in this area, and some of them are going mouldy, which is a great shame. We've lost so many trees over the decades, or with Dutch elm disease, and I think the ash trees were getting attacked, and now the horse chestnuts, which are such beautiful trees. Okay. Right, that will do. Let's flick out some bits and pieces and find the card. I'll just reclip the paper. I'm not aiming for reality, I'm aiming for a painting that will convey atmosphere of what I feel about my local landscape. What's it doing? I'm flicking, aren't I? Right, okay, let's just take out some of this. Won't overdo that, just a few bits. Lovely day today. I'm going to probably do the last barbecue of the season. Right, we're going with some nice light green now. With this over here. Oh, it's just a bit too much. Leaving a slight margin. Vary the colours a little bit. And I'll use a bit of umber and a bit of Payne's grey. And I'm going to put in the other side of this lake. I'll take that all the way over there for the moment. I might not keep it like that, but that fairly straight along there. Getting a little bit of it. Right, okay. And then this is another bit of a bank, so I'm going to put that in sort of lighter than the bit above. Okay, I'll just complete that there. Right, I'm going to put some scrubby stuff up there. How are we doing? Right, clean brush, and I'll put in some foreground. Nice yellowy. Just very simply put this foreground in here, just approximate colours, and there are some nice darks, and they're nice dark greens. So I love mixing a bit of burnt sienna with my greens. I will do those things here while we're at it. Using bits of the hake. As this dries, I can texture some of this stuff here and flick out. Okay, let's make a lot of this. I like that. So this don't really exist, this bit, but I'm just adding it because I like it. See, this is it with painting, you can make it up as you go along. And we've got some nice heavy green stuff in here. Get that really dark in there. It's all shadow. Little flicks out here and there. Right, I'll just reclip. So there's still a thing I've got, but you'll have to give me that bit. I'm not too happy with it because I fiddled. Did what I told you not to do. Right, let's just put a texture over there. Probably ruin that bit now. Right, I just want to strengthen up that far bank. Sort of shadow under the trees. Right, before it goes to mud, let's put in some little bits of brushy stuff, reedy, sticking up here. Just adding little bits of clumps of grass or nettles, all sorts of things you would get in grass. A lot of bird watching here. The the quarries now being infilled largely, or they're dumping a lot of rubbish, in other words, landfill, or creating hills like they did on Mission Common, which I didn't really like. Okay, so let's show some bit of grass or reeds sticking through. Just there, put it in because it all helps the interest. Right, let's do a bit of more texturing on that, strengthening that up on that bank there. And then we'll play around with some of this. Just a little bit. Don't want to overdo it. And I think I'll add another bit of a bush here. I'm mixing Payne's grey with burnt sienna here. Bit of artistic license here. Okay, well I quite like that. Let's just lose a bit of that there. So this is just a simple impression of a lake. Let's there's a bit of rigger work, not a lot. I think I'll probably have done that background. But if it looks all right, well, that's okay, isn't it? So we've got some blobs. So on our blobs, you know what we do on the blobs? We put in some crows, and there are loads of crows on this part. Oh, lots. Okay. Just a few flicks and flourishes. And then we'll put a signature on it and then see if it's worth uploading. I might start putting the odd building in some of these paintings, but my real love is this sort of landscape, the textures of it and the light and the mystery. I'm just going to dry brush a bit of grey across here. To show a bit of reflection of that sky, and just put in a bit of reflection up there. Although the water was quite wind ruffled, I'll put a little bit of reflection in. Just get clean water under that. And that has the effect of dragging the paint down. Right, okay, I'm going to let that go. Let's put it in now. To be honest, I was a little bit disappointed with it, the way that sky went. But that was my fault. I tried to overwork it. So, well, you have to make your mind up what you're going to do and do it and then leave it alone. But anyway, we live and learn. Let's right, oh, that don't look too bad. So there we have it, Beddington Farm, in Wallington, where I live. See what you think. I've done it several versions of it. I've done it in acrylic. So there's this, look, take you over to the picture. So it's fairly accurate, but no attempt at realism. It's just getting away from having to put things in because they're there. This is a bit muddy, it looks a bit muddy to me because I overworked it, but anyway, there it is. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.